hunger that he had. No one beating me. Now he had that fucking, because this fight, he was so humble and like not him.
He even says, I have my money now. I'm just going to go out there and, what else am I going to do? Actually, he said that after the fight. He said, what else am I going to do? I'm coming back. There's nothing else for me to do.
But you know what's crazy is then you got like the elites like Mayweather that they got the money, they got the mansions, they're getting paid, but they still take pride in their craft, and they're not going to
getting to the top is one thing, but staying on top is another, right?
Yes.
That's what they talk about, like getting that first championship, but repeating or three-peating. They're just saying it's just one of the hardest things to do is the three-peat.
Yeah, I mean his documentary, how he got there, he captured him coming from the ground up in the basement, and he built himself up to the tower that he's at now. The thing is though, I think you can slip and it's hard to stay on top, but you got to stay. He changed his training staff that's been with him for all those years. He made big major moves. I don't know what happened behind closed doors, but
he changed? Well, he got the main guy, Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh's like been with him. By the way, should we slate and start?
We've already done like a whole topic.
We already started.
No, did we?
Yeah, I mean, I figured we could. But you can take what you want.
Slate, though. Yeah, no. I always take the beginning, beginning parts. Yeah, sure. Can we slate real quick?
Slate.
Yeah.
Okay. Marker.
Cool.
All right, we're on.
Welcome back to another episode of the Second Wind Podcast. With
Dick.
There's a little lag.
With Dave, Dan, John, and the sexy and back turned Bobby Choy.
He's sexy with his back turned?
Yeah, he's bringing sexy back, man. Eric what the hell is Eric doing today?
Eric, so his wife's mom. So Eric's mother-in-law wants to come to Korea, but it's, I guess with COVID and travel restrictions, it's really hard to get a travel visa from Romania to come here. So they have to get all this documentation to prove their family.
I heard that if you don't have a good reason to come here, you probably to get tourist visas pretty much
fuck out.
Yeah.
He ain't coming here to watch a K-pop concert.
Man, that's wild.
Address-wise, too. Even if you got an Airbnb or whatever, you have to have some kind of a relative. And
Yeah.
Really?
I think it's a good thing for now.
Huh.
I think it's probably a good thing.
I
It
guess
sucks
so.
for people that want to come, but
Yeah.
it's kind of, I like it in this way. You know how some countries, you just say, don't come at all. But Korea is not saying don't come at all. They're just saying, you got to prove a lot of shit.
yeah.
So it's like another way of saying don't come, but not, by saying don't come. By the way, look at all that.
조금 있다가.
The cosmetics you got behind your head. What is that?
Wow.
D'Alba. Jessica Alba.
Is that, Bobby, is this your stuff right here?
Oh, that stuff. That's what is that? That's beauty products. It looks like Kwango, but it's not Kwango.
Are you guys, is this a sponsorship?
Yeah. Is that like subliminal sponsorship behind?
They do work with us, but we just put that up there.
Revitalizing
Okay, if they wanna sponsor us too, there you go. D'Alba.
So what we're trying to do is we're trying to promote some brands to show other brands, hey, you can sponsor your brand on our podcast.
Oh,
So yeah, we got to get you guys.
so you're kind of giving away the secret sauce right now.
Yeah. So
He's giving away the
Jack
secret
Daniels.
sauce.
Let's get them on board
Jack,
right
man,
away.
I pumped you guys.
In the film industry, we call it Easter eggs.
There you go.
Easter eggs, right?
And Nintendo, Grey Goose. Man, this is smart. Very smart.
Yeah, we got to get all those great companies on board with Second Wind.
Second Wind. So, how are you guys? What's going on? What's up, Bobby? You're a little busy today, right?
Oh man, I'm totally out of it. Can you tell? I'm like, my face is so.
What's going on,
super
Bobby? Tell
bloated,
us what's
dude.
going on with your life. What's going on?
I had my first official play date this weekend for my son.
Wow.
Yes.
With someone with another kid from church.
Uh huh.
Oh, nice.
And I didn't know what to expect. I thought it was just like a 2-hour meet and greet. kind of thing.
Your son beat him up.
Oh my gosh. No, it was more like we went to their house and they had it was like a kids cafe. It had everything.
Oh, yeah.
I thought we had a lot of stuff, but they had so much stuff. My kid went nuts.
Bobby, don't fall into that shit, man. Everyone every time we have a play date at my house, people are like, you guys have no toys for your kid. Your kid's no more 불쌍해. And I'm like, dude, the kid, he wants to play with garbage. We buy him toys and he doesn't care about the toys. Don't fall into that trap.
Dude, we already did. The next day we on Tangan Market.
Oh, yeah.
We went and picked up like some more toys for him.
So since we grew up in the Philippines, we didn't have that many toys. We played with bottle caps.
Yeah.
So kids can.
yeah.
It's fine. We played with all sorts of
Dude, we were in the backyard with
shit.
trees and branches and dirt.
For sure.
And I loved Lego, but we never had a Lego set. We just had random Lego bricks that we made shit out of, right?
That's bullshit.
That's what I'm saying.
Do you remember how Legos, like, they came in the small boxes for poor people, and then they had the big, like, Star Wars set, like the kingdoms? We
Never
always
had a set.
for like our birthdays. We get like the little box with like 2 Legos. You can build like a tiny car or something.
Yeah.
Never the kingdom.
No, we had a
feel you.
big ass box of Legos, but they were all just random fucking Lego bricks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uninteresting.
We ended up. I remember in the 4th grade, I was obsessed with the very few Legos I had, and somebody, another kid at church, was like 3-4 years older than me. He outgrew it. So I remember my mom buying like just a bag of random Legos from this family, and it was the best day of my life.
Yeah.
Literally, but it was all random
that
parts.
feels.
Yeah.
So I didn't know what it was from, if it was from the Lego like Knights and Castles edition, or it was just from everything from space, from
I know that feeling.
But Bobby, at least you did Tangan, because
Yeah.
like definitely don't go out and buy a whole bunch of new stuff that's super expensive.
yeah.
And then when you try to sell it on Tangan, you're going to get like $1 for it. So
right.
for free.
I mean, we do that a lot. So, I mean, for the people listening that don't know what Tangan is, it's a like carrot market.
Craigslist
Craigslist,
or
basically.
eBay. Yeah.
An app where you can sell
Sell
used
your crap.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
With people in your neighborhood.
But dude, we changed neighborhoods to Jamshir, which is kind of a rich neighborhood. Dude, there's dope stuff on there. I'm like Balenciaga sneakers for like $10.
And you don't have to leave your apartment block, right?
Yeah.
You have so
Itaewon
many
has some
apartments there.
random shit. I don't know about
What's that?
Like, because I'm on Tango trying to sell stuff now.
It's just not.
Itaewon's interesting because it's a poor
shady.
neighborhood, but a rich neighborhood. Like
There's
you go
all-
up the
it's
hill,
just-
it's rich, and then
Yeah.
down.
Because it's a mix of foreigners, Koreans,
Yeah.
for sure.
like just poor to rich. It's just a very random
Like the
collection.
Samsung family lives up in those hills, I heard.
Yeah.
Oh, the
Like,
Itaewon
Like
Hill.
really
Hannam,
nice in the
Hannam.
day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Samsung.
Bobby, we have to do a play date. Our kids
Yeah.
are like the same age.
I didn't know that. Yeah.
And I like
totally.
the fact that you're depriving your child the same way I'm depriving my child. So they'll be.
Yeah.
I hate when he goes over to the other kid's house and my wife looks at me like, "Oh, we're bad parents." I'm like, "No, they just have more stuff." Like,
See, this reminds me,
got
like,
a trampoline or
you know, when as you get older and you graduate, like, you know, you have all sorts of different friends from college. It feels like later on after college, the people who are in similar economic have similar economic means, they end up hanging out together, right? So that the guys who do well hang out with the other guys who do well because they can have the
Same
same
things.
kinds of hobbies. They can go on the vacation
The
to
golf
wherever.
vacation,
Yeah.
yeah.
Whereas, you know, like the poor or the people who aren't doing as well, then they kind of hang out and
Just making do.
Funny. And it's kind of like play date, you know, no toys, baby with no toys.
poor kids networking right here.
No Disneyland.
I need to join that.
Oh, man.
I
man.
tell you. Well,
So, last time when Eric was gone, you said you wanted to do a full episode of.
Dude, I have a lot of fun with these stupid cards.
are.
Actually, yeah. It is
It's
a lot
like the
of fun.
stupidest. We should just do our whole podcast just picking random
Dude,
cards.
these people
not?
should sponsor us. Best
What is
self.
it?
Come on. Best
Icebreaker.
self icebreaker pack.
Oh,
Yes. So
Where
let's
did you get
start.
that? You got that in Korea?
No, I had it shipped over.
Oh, okay.
I saw it on some random thing, but I'm like, this is cool because I just felt like this is what we could do. Actually, originally for like the little traveling thing that you and I wanted to do. I'm like, hey, that'd be cool to just answer some.
this
of
is
these.
great, like campfire, have a beer type stuff.
Yeah, dude.
Right behind you, and right there's a pack of cards. It's a Korean version of this.
Guy,
Oh, are you
Yeah,
serious?
yeah.
you want to do one of
That
these
one.
too?
It's like
Balance?
a balance.
Balance?
It's balance. It's like balance game.
Okay,
like the Nunchi.
John,
game.
why don't we do this? Let's do one of those cards,
Yeah.
and then we'll do this, and we can translate it.
Of
and
course,
then,
of
and
course.
Then, we'll just see.
So you hold on to that.
Okay.
Let's go. First one. Let's.
Okay.
What do you want?
Roll with it.
Bobby.
Let's let Bobby. He's feeling it.
Life, random, deep experiences. If you could, or would you rather?
Let's try. Would you rather? We've never done that. Right? We haven't. Is that really high school?
It all runs together.
Okay.
I don't
This is a
feel
kind
like
of
going
random
deep
one. I
right
like
now.
this. Hey guys, would you rather always have gas or always have bad breath?
Oh,
I thought that was a car question.
Yeah.
Yeah. Always have gas. Bad.
Well, I always have gas anyway.
no.
And bad breath, John. So,
So I got the double whammy.
but we have the mask now, so bad breath.
I was just gonna say.
But masks
covers
suck
it up.
because you smell your own bad
Oh
breath.
yeah.
I've gotten used to it though.
Yeah,
But if you do have COVID, I guess you lose your sense of smell. So
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
Oh. So what would you guys want?
man, if I wasn't married,
Yeah.
I would say I'd probably go for. Hey, that's actually because now that I'm married, the gas isn't an issue. Like,
just
we
fart around the house?
We just let go.
your wife too?
Yeah.
Wow, you just put her
Oh
on
man,
blast.
damn.
We?
You just put her
Yeah,
on blast.
we just let go. So that's not an issue. But the bad breath,
becomes a competition.
My wife's just starting
Mix
to
up
allow
those.
herself
To fart,
a
right?
fart here and there.
And it-
And then she like look at me. and
What?
Like laughing.
That's awesome.
But dude, it's been like 3 years and I've just been letting them go.
That's the cutest look when they sheepishly look
And it's
at
like
you
a little
after they
squeak.
fart. that look right
Yeah.
after. What about you, Dave? Which one?
Oh man, if I could stay away from the bad breath, I keep the farts all day.
The thing about farts is this. Sometimes, like when you're on that first date, when you can't fart in front of someone, so you hold it in. This is the best
Builds.
feeling. It builds, and the moment you leave the house or you guys separate,
she gets out of the
you
cab, it's just
you
like-
just let it all out, and you just have a whole bunch of just crazy
Very
farts.
shone.
that does feel good. That does feel good.
But I will say this, for me, I'm going bad breath because it's the choice of making you guys uncomfortable versus gas makes you uncomfortable. I don't want to be uncomfortable and have to hold my gas. Like if I lived on top of a mountain and I could just fart all the time, I would choose gas. But we live in Seoul. So
That's an Ajashi answer.
yeah,
but-
I don't mind making you guys uncomfortable with my bad breath.
That's a very Korean ajumma thing.
That's
I don't
funny.
wanna
That's a
be.
funny question.
yeah.
What else we got?
Let's do a balance
Okay,
question.
guys. So this is a whole new. So I don't even know how this works. Okay, so I'm just going to take a random one from just the bottom. 바람 피우는 애인. So cheating.
A cheating
lover.
significant other. Yeah.
피우는 걸 평생 비밀로 하는 애인 versus 바람 피우는 걸 자백하고 봐달라는 애인.
That's a good question.
What is it?
So would you rather have? Dan, do you want to translate? that?
Would you rather have somebody who's cheating on you and never tells you and keeps it a secret forever versus somebody who's honest and says, hey, I had an affair with 12 dudes and I let them like all at once.
That's Dan's edition,
they-
by the way.
very
They
different.
gangbanged
No,
me.
they just gangbang me repeatedly, and I'm actually meeting them tonight. No, like, would you rather have someone be brutally honest with you and say, "Hey, can you forgive
Can you
me and
forgive me?"
accept me for who I am"?
Versus someone who doesn't tell you. So what would you, that is a good question.
And the funny thing about this is it has kunde. So first of all, say your answer, Bobby. What would you say?
I would say honesty.
Honesty. Okay, so they have a kunde for each one of these.
Okay.
근데 팔라로가 하지만 벌써 5번째임.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, they're saying they're sorry and they're being honest with you, but this is
did
already their fifth
fifth
time.
time.
So, are you still holding to it?
Yeah.
Okay. So then I go to the second one. 근데 바람 피운 상대가 8명. So it's been 8 people, 5 times, 8 different
Keeps
people.
going.
I feel like the next kunde.
So,
I feel like
wait,
the next kunde
so
is
it's 5 times.
한 번에 8, like 8 people at
But
once.
dude, 5 times with 8 people, that means a couple of those times that was 2 people at once. Right? If you do the math.
Yeah, if you.
Oh my god.
Okay, so Bobby.
This Korean balance game is
This is
freaking
crazy.
This is nice.
They take it to another level. Koreans just
So
take
I
everything to
like
another
it.
level.
So it's each level you answer the question, and then there's a next additional thing.
So
to
do you
it.
still
Okay.
stick to your guns?
there's always
8
a line.
people?
I don't know. I don't
Okay,
know.
what about you, Dave? What would you rather have?
Let's see. What would I rather have?
Not know about it? Be just completely oblivious
But
to it, or
it's tough though because are we gonna definitely be together? Like stay together?
Wait, first of all, which side did you go? Did you go the honesty or the I'd rather you just keep it a secret?
Yeah, I'd like to be honest. I mean, if it's something where I would if it's a one and done, I probably would want her to not tell me.
I feel like this is like playing God,
Not tell me.
but I feel like
What's that?
it all depends on the person. Some people can handle that. Some people can't.
I think some people can't. Exactly. I think some people can handle it. Some people can't. Also, shit happens. Right?
You trip, fall, and you had sex with somebody.
Have you?
It's just an accident.
You fell into someone. Have you ever had your significant other say, "Hey, I cheated," tell you that they cheated, and so I'm sorry? Because I've had that.
I've never had that, so I assume they all just kept it secret.
I've had that. I've actually had that.
Really?
Yeah.
How did you? Were you happy about the?
I would actually rather know, right? I would rather know.
Were you suspicious before that?
No, I wasn't suspicious of it. But here's my
Oh
thing.
man, ignorance is bliss. Keep it that way.
Yeah. I
You'd rather know even if it was one and done. Let's say
But here's the thing.
You're engaged. You're engaged. You have a baby on the way.
I'd still rather know.
You'd rather know.
I still rather know.
Really?
My personality, I would rather know.
I think it's also like if I'm suspicious and I'm driving myself crazy, I'm like, who are you always on the phone with? Or how come every time I come in the room, you put your phone down? If I have suspicions and I'm already freaking out and driving myself nuts, then I want to know. If I'm completely like, hey, I got a happy life, my wife loves me, blah, 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 just keep that shit to yourself because I'm in my happy zone. I don't need any more stress. If it becomes a thing where I'm driving myself crazy with jealousy and suspicion, yeah, of course I want to know.
I think my personality, the reason why I'm saying this is because I'm really in tune with the little signals that I get from the other person, right? I can feel it. So even if the smallest thing is off, I just feel like something's off, and I always have to ask him what's going on or whatever.
But would you hold that against her in the future?
So now because I've had that's my one vice. Women are my vice, right? Mm-hmm. So I can handle my gambling, alcohol, everything else. I can just but then that's my one area. People always think that it's about them, right? It's about them. Many times, sometimes it is, but there's also people where it's not about them. It's not you. It's my own issue that I'm dealing with. Like I have this problem or whatever. It's just like gambling or whatever. It's an addiction. It's a whatever problem. So then that's why I'd be able to I'd want to know, trying to get to the bottom of things.
So you would forgive?
I would be able to because I know I'm such a piece of shit.
But too. I feel like, you forgive and you try to because it's somebody you love. Yeah. But all these things, these breaks, these little breaks in trust, you never come back to square one. You never come back to the way it was before. Like, it's like if you divorce and then you decide to get remarried back again, like you reconcile and you move on and make the best out of it. But I don't feel like you can ever recreate the magic. I'd rather just not, if I'm not suspicious, don't break the spell. Just let me be happy.
But I think you just asked that, right? But I feel like if you're gonna move on, you have to kind of let that go. Because the worst thing is when every fight, you keep coming back to that one issue, but you're the one, like if you're about to lose, but you're the one who cheated.
And then it's like you'd be talking about that on your deathbed.
Yeah, exactly. So
that's why that question is not complete. I mean, because you got to put yourself in different situations.
Absolutely.
Of course. It's a good drinking question though. But I would be more on the side of forgiving.
Forgiving. You'd rather.
I'd rather know. Too. I'd rather know.
I think so too. Same for me.
What if? Okay, so the last one is the kunde. Is like, okay, so
there's another
you wanted to know, but she's real nonchalant about it. She's like, 자백하고 미안하다고 했으니 된 거 아니냐, the name. So that's kind of like
I said sorry. So
what the fuck are you tripping about?
Well, obviously.
So
don't let the door hit you on the ass on the way out.
Yeah.
Maybe then it's like if
she doesn't really feel, you don't feel that she has any remorse. Then you kind of like if there's no remorse, you feel like they're probably going to do it again.
Then once you're ready to move on.
Yeah. Once again, it's about that person too. What kind of problem is this? Is this like a problem that's going to keep happening? I mean, 8 times or whatever, 5 times, it kind of is.
Yeah, but if the sorry is like, oh, my bad. We good, right? Like you feel like, oh, wait a second. You just 5 times with 8 different dudes, like, we're good? Are we good?
Well, if you rather not know because it's a vice of hers, like it's something that she's addicted to, then like the ignorance is bliss thing. How long does that?
Yeah.
Or I guess maybe if I did play devil's advocate and go that way, I might just start negotiating and be like, all right, well, shit, if you can go out and do this,
Let me get
I got my Friday night.
I got my Friday night.
Damn,
But see, once that happens, then that's going to break down because it's just,
Then it's just helele. But, a lot of open marriages, I don't know what the statistics are, but I don't know. See, I have some friends that are in open marriages.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
And
How does that work?
And it's working. Yeah.
What's the like?
I'm sure they have fights and stuff, but they hang out together. I went to a baseball game with my buddy, and his girlfriend came, and we were at the house eating sandwiches with his girlfriend and his wife. And I think I was the one that was most uncomfortable.
What the fuck?
She came in and was like, "Oh, hey, what's up? What's up? Okay, well, I'm gonna go out. You guys are going to the baseball game. Have fun."
What?
And I didn't. When you don't know the dynamic, you just kind of clam up and just watch. And so I was just watching this, and she just left. Maybe that's their way of dealing with it. Like, oh, I see you got your girlfriend over. I'm gonna go head out and hang out with my people.
Was the girlfriend hotter than the wife?
She was younger than the
Younger,
wife.
always younger.
I don't know.
wow. That's an interesting kind of little situation.
And your wife?
they got
Okay,
there.
what did the wife? When you did Nuchi to the wife, what did she?
Well, I've been friends with them. I didn't know they were in an open relationship. I met them in Korea, and then they moved to Seattle, and then so I was friends with both of them.
Korean?
So they're Koreans.
No. Like they were a military couple. But yeah, and
They're okay with it.
they're rocking.
So
going
who's her boyfriend?
I don't know, but she just kind of does her own thing, goes on trips. Like she,
Some big bodybuilder.
like I don't know. Actually, my boy's a huge bodybuilder. That's, I don't know.
What the heck is
It is
going on?
interesting.
Like I don't know if I could. That's a good question. Could you?
I wouldn't
Could
be able
you
to do it.
just see your wife's boyfriend come in and share bacon and eggs with him?
I think like I'm looking at it from the perspective that I saw.
Yeah.
Of course, I could be the guy with my girlfriend and be like, "What's up, babe?"
Yeah.
And sitting on the couch with my girlfriend, wife comes in and is like, "Oh, why don't you go hang out with your friends? I'm with my girlfriend tonight." I feel like I could be that big Hugh Hefner, but if it was turned around,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I don't think I would be able to deal with that. She's
Right.
on the couch with some dude, and I come in, she's like, "Hey, why don't you step out and go find something to do? I'm with my dude.
While we fuck a little
I'm about to get dicked down."
Take that.
I'd be like, on the couch, right? Not on.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's weird.
Damn, man, this game is crazy.
It's weird that the Korean version is more hardcore than the
opens
American version.
Let's get one more of those questions. Let's get one of the ones.
these.
I wanna
Switching
kinda
God
see-
likes these.
I want to see what these are about.
Okay, so I'm gonna switch colors. It looks like there's different.
Switch it up.
colors.
Switching it up is good, man.
Okay. So I'm doing red. 비행기를 탔는데 I got on an airplane. 이상형 옆 이코노미석 versus 코골이 탱크인 사람 옆 퍼스트석.
Well, Kokoro tank. What's that? What is it?
코골이.
Kokori tank. Okay.
코골이 tank. I read that wrong. My
What's
bottom is-
Kogari take?
Cool.
A snoring
Snoring?
fat dude.
Or being economy?
So you're
So you're next to this hot chick in economy, or
your ideal. Your
your
person.
ideal, yeah. Okay. Or you got this super fat snoring dude, but you're in first class. What would you rather do? And let's just say we're on a 12-hour flight to
Yeah,
Seattle.
yeah. Like
'Cause-
long ass flight.
And we're all sitting.
You know what it is? It is when back in the day, when you go to a bar, right, and there's nobody in there, there's no chicks. I mean, it's all dudes or whatever, or girls you're not interested in, and all it takes, and everyone's sort of bored. It just takes one. All you need is one hot chick in the room.
everyone perks up.
She could be way in the corner with her back to you, and you're good.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. You're good just being there.
She's in there.
In that space.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, you
Is that because in your mind there's a 0.01%
Yes.
chance?
100%.
Definitely.
Is
It's
that why?
definitely why.
Yeah.
It's that Dumb and Dumber thing, right?
And you're kind of talking to your friends. You were having a boring conversation. Now you're like, and just kind of like half listening, but like when she goes to the bathroom, okay,
Yeah, she's
I'm gonna
right
time
there.
it.
like, because you know, how, like that Dumb and Dumber thing where,
Time
where,
it.
where Jim Carrey's like, is there a chance? And the girl's like, not even 1 in a million.
Yeah,
Right? And he's like, so you're saying there's a chance, right? Is that
For sure.
Yeah, because if she was not in the bar, you would have zero chance.
Yeah. That's how dumb we're wired.
Okay, so which
as
one would you
guys.
choose?
That's
So
how
true.
stupid we are.
So which one would you choose?
Depends on my mood.
Well, you know what? Go ahead.
Because in first class they give you the noise canceling
Yeah, I was just about to
headphones.
say, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's one out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you're not getting that.
But if you don't get that, it's hard to relax next to like just 12 hours of snoring. Maybe is it?
Okay, I got one for you. You're going to be in first class. Okay, you might be like that. In the economy, you're going to be like this. Because she's a girl and she's smaller, so you're going to have more leg space. So it's like you're in first class anyway. You get to spread your legs.
Spread.
So you're going next to the hot chicken back in the rear with the gear.
Because you're going to have some space.
Yeah, I'll choose economy too.
Shoulder space.
Okay.
I've been in
Most
economy.
likely.
근데
Okay, now the
눈 마주치면은 인상 찌푸림. Uh-oh. What happened?
What happened to the?
Oh shoot!
So
Wait, one more. I think we lost them.
okay, we lost the audio.
Yeah.
근데 every time you look,
Wait. You guys didn't answer the question.
Oh, I'd be in economy.
I'm in first class. 100%.
Economy.
You're in first class?
First class, 100%.
Economy.
Yeah?
100%. Yeah.
I've ridden economy.
Because first class, I'm not the big.
That sounds like a married
The big fat
married
guy.
answer.
No,
Yeah,
seriously. The big fat guy's not gonna be next to me because you got way much room. You
got
in
more
first
room,
class.
yeah.
You
He's
got
not
your
on
own
top of you,
space,
so that
yeah.
doesn't even affect me.
On top of that, you're 6'7".
And I got like you said, I got my earphones. It doesn't matter. Economy, I just can't. I'm 6'7", bro. The economy is just under no circumstances. It's not a married thing. I've always been like that. Even the exit rows are tough. They're tough for me.
Yeah.
So
Just say it's a married thing.
okay, it's
Get
okay.
get brownie, get points from the wife.
Baby, I know you don't listen to anything I do. So the kunde is for sitting in economy is that every time you kind of glance in her direction, she gives you the resting bitch face.
Oh,
Like
that
That's
kind.
okay. Huh?
I feel like that kind of is the whole. It's like the girl in the corner in the bar. Turning.
Sanchak.
It's like if she turns around and is just like, gives that resting bitch face. I feel like that 1% goes out the window, kind of thing.
Is she giving me that face, or is she just has that face plastered?
It says every time your eyes meet, she does that.
Oh fuck.
But those are always good
First
things.
class,
Like
man.
you could always like just
First
sarcastically be like, "Hey, I see you seem really open to conversation. We got a long flight together."
No, but
just pretend like you're nunchi opso.
what I realized in Korea when I first came to Korea, I always thought, because I just had this habit. You know, when you're walking on the streets, if you in America, if you get eye contact with someone, you just say what's up, right? You just say hello.
Or just give him a nod.
Yeah, give them a nod
Or smile.
So I would do that when I first arrived in Korea 10 years ago or whatever, right? I would do that to people and they would look at me like I'm a fucking nutbag, right?
Yeah.
And so I stopped doing it. But see, that made me think, damn, Korean people are unfriendly at first. But it wasn't that. They're actually pretty shy. And that same person who might have done that to me, if, let's say, I was with someone and that was their friend, and then we finally got introduced, then they'd be the nicest person. So I'm saying this because she might have that resting face, but that might be just a...
Like in America, if I see a hot girl and she smiles at me, I always wink and grab my junk, right? But in Korea, it's like you can't do that in Korea, so it's weird. You know what I'm
Can't do
saying?
that. No. They'll think you're from Mars. When I first moved to Korea, I didn't understand what the Ajima and Ajishi would just like. This is so crazy. That's like nothing. And I'd be like...
Yeah.
But as soon as I started like figuring out, it's not about that. It's just about, it's in the culture. They haven't met you yet. They don't know you.
Yeah,
Just,
right.
just
Exactly.
introduce yourself. 안녕하세요. Like, and then just be like that. Then she was nice.
But with just this, then I might just go to first class. But I think I'm still,
Okay, so
I'm
you're-
still
you're-
hanging. I'm hanging on by a
Oh,
thread.
you want to hear the second kunde?
Yeah.
I'm still hanging on. And economy, barely hanging
This
on.
is kind of crazy. It says, 유일한 내 기내식 가져감. So she steals your food.
Yeah,
Which,
fuck that. First class.
I don't think
first
so.
Class.
Come on.
Bitch, I gotta eat.
Okay. Okay.
I gotta eat.
She takes your amenities, basically.
Oh, the kunde for first class is 귀마개 껴도 소리 들림 for the kogo리.
Okay.
Oh, even if you put in
Earplugs on, you can hear his. Yeah, because my middle brother snores loud as a motherfucker, man. It's terrible.
But if he's next to you, what you do with snores is you just nudge them, and they're asleep, so they don't know what's going on. You just
And then
kind
they go back
of hit them with a
after.
pillow, or slowly apply pressure on the pillow over their face for like 30 minutes, and then they just don't make any sound.
Just pass them out.
But yeah, my brother, just one of the worst. One of
Snoring?
the worst.
Oh, yeah?
The sound is.
My dad will shake a room.
Yeah, yeah.
real?
My
Camping
brother
with
shakes
my
around.
dad is tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad snores too.
So yeah,
Do you guys snore?
No.
When I drink heavy.
Not that I know of.
Since the surgery, you're good.
I don't know. My wife hasn't said anything.
Oh, she's
Okay.
so polite.
Has your voice changed at all?
I think I can sing better now.
Sing
Really?
Because I get more.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I should do it too. This side is fucked.
We'll talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Have you guys been in first class before?
Yes.
Just business.
Oh, I got lucky with
But
first class.
I've never paid for it though.
Yeah,
I've always
same
got
here, yeah.
upgraded for some weird reason.
I went only one time but I was forced to use my points, and they didn't have any other seats except for first class. So
From a long trip
from New York to Korea.
Oh my
New York to
god!
Korea.
Hallelujah! That's so
16.
worth
It was
it.
amazing.
That's so
Yeah.
worth it. Did you have the double decker plane?
I don't know. I don't know. I just know I just had my whole area to myself.
Dude, that's badass.
Oh, yeah?
It was an
And
Asiana.
For me, business is fine enough, but first class is it is another level. You think it's like, is it worth another what? It's like $3,000 extra or like $5,000 sometimes to go first class versus business, and then it doesn't look like that much of a difference. It's a huge difference.
It's amazing. But I was I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know they make the bed for you and stuff like.
Oh, you got to do everything. If you
They came over. They saw me trying to make my own bed, and they're like,
Like,
"What
no,
are you
no,
doing?"
no.
They're like, they grabbed like this packet, like there's pajamas. So they're like, "Here, go put this on in the restroom."
They didn't do it for you?
and I
They didn't put
came
that on
back.
I have them brushing my teeth.
It was all the bed.
These
was
teeth
all
aren't going to brush themselves.
Well, I never want to
Man.
pay for like business or first class, but I tell you a little secret. I don't know if you guys know, but so like, well, maybe it's not a secret. I just think it's a secret. So I always check in late, and then I always, when I get there, I try to be nice, smile,
Yeah.
and I say, "Is there any like seats in the back, in the middle?" Nobody wants to sit in the back of the plane in the middle. So if you can get back of the plane middle, like last 4 or 5 aisles, they usually reserve the last 2 or 3 for airline attendants. Then you can get 2 seats. So I always say, hey, can you block a seat next to me?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then so I can get that thing, or I say, oh, can you get me one with nobody's there?
Yeah.
Then I always see, I kind of like play it out. Sometimes you get lucky, man.
Yeah.
You can get lucky. I tell you, coming the long haul from LA to Korea, I swear to God, I've gotten it over 70% of the time. I
shit.
get the
That's a
second
good
credit.
tip.
Yeah.
Great tip.
Yeah.
I bet now with social distancing, it's
Everyone's
probably
like-
economy's probably not that bad right now.
Right.
Yeah, true.
I haven't flown since.
I haven't either.
Yeah, I haven't
Sure, I didn't
flown.
fly
Well,
once.
domestic. I've flown domestic, but not
really?
I haven't
international.
even
Yeah.
done domestic.
Is it spaced out on domestic too? Like the
Can't sit
space-
next. Sit next to
No, the one I took to Jeju was not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, John. Let's go back to your cards.
Okay, let's go.
back to
I want to
the-
go. Let's do what's it? It's deep. Let's go deep. All right,
Oh boy.
let's go deep. I love going deep.
Do you?
Oh, okay, here's come.
Oh, this is a good one too, though. But we'll
Okay,
save
okay,
it, we'll
let's.
save it.
Okay. What's something you are self-conscious about?
Oh, this is a tough one
Oh.
because we don't want to reveal our.
I don't mind revealing.
Yeah.
I've always been self-conscious about my body.
You?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, dude.
You're in the
it's-
best shape at all.
No.
Seriously?
I still am. I have psychological issues regarding my body, man. That's why, even when I was a kid, that's the reason why I started working out, is because to me, and it's like my childhood friends will all know this.
Were you a fat kid?
No.
I don't-
I couldn't get big. I couldn't get I'm just, my
You were the
frame
super
is
skinny kid.
skinny, and I can't get to this point where I feel confident in, like now, I'm older, I'm fine, but I wasn't confident in my skin, in clothes or whatever, right? So that's why I started working out. But even when I work out, my friends fucking get bigger, and I'm the same. It pissed me off. That's why That's why I'm
Because
so.
you take the protein shakes, you eat.
That's why I'm so diligent. But it started from my insecurities, and I turned that into, I guess, a healthy thing. But yeah, it's because I have, my body is one of my biggest things.
No,
I'm
but
self-conscious about.
you were bigger in America though.
I mean, perhaps a little bit, but it's still. Yeah. What about you guys?
I think like body issues. Like I think everybody, guy, girl, everybody has maybe I feel pretty comfortable in my own skin, but definitely like, now I'm getting older. I'm getting the dad bod, like getting, definitely want to work out. Like today I'm starting my new program.
Woohoo.
But other than that kind of stuff, I don't think there's anything like severe really. But probably just like living in Korea and not speaking Korean, like I'm always trying to improve my Korean. I think Kyopos, it's kind of a thing, and sometimes we go on like 방송 and stuff, and I just feel like fuck. I've been here for 15 years. I'm working my ass off, and still they'll throw me a question. I have no fucking clue what they just said, and they'd be like, I'm like, 네? 천천히 다시 한번 말씀해 주실 수 있어요? And it's just like, 언제까지? How long am I going to have to, So definitely like
Language.
I think that's probably like a common thing.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not for you, but that's a tough one.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's my crooked nose. My nose is crooked. If you look, it goes like from here to here. I broke it when I was like 5 or 6 from a bicycle accident. And that's why
I never even noticed it.
I never have my face on a poster or an album. Like, actually, I have one album with my face on it because I was like, fuck it. I'm ready for everyone to see what I look like. But yeah, I'm like, I always try to get out of like class photos. And so even my senior photo, I try to like not do it because I didn't like taking photos. That's why I went with the big phony logo with the bag over the head, because of my nose, basically.
Wow.
So, I was watching an episode of a podcast that I did recently, and I couldn't watch it. Just like, because I look weird I look different from every angle. So I've always been self-conscious about my nose. I don't know. Simple as that, I guess.
I always thought you're I got a great look and stuff like that. Like cool. Like ever since I first met you, had the long hair and stuff like that. You had a lot of swag. This like kind of leads to I would say like our insecurities are so close to. I mean, our insecurities and what we do, or like for my thing is like I'm doing it right now. I'm working on my speech. I'm working on, articulating what's on my mind, and that's a big insecurity for me. So, but then I act. I'm in front of the camera, which I shouldn't be. And then yours, well, I don't know so much about Korean. I guess I wouldn't have known. You're really good. And then yours, but your weight. And
Not
your,
weight,
your,
but
your sorry.
I'm fat.
Yeah. And yours, I mean, like, no, I don't think. I think it's so close, right? To what am I trying to say here? It's so close to like what you do, and what you shouldn't be. What you shouldn't be insecure about, right?
Yeah. Well, I also think it's like a lot of our insecurities. Like I would have never thought that about John. Because, dude, you're the most in shape guy your age that I know.
Dude,
but it's like
inspiration. He's always in the gym.
A lot of our insecurities, no one else would think of that as like, oh, you're insecure about that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
your Korean is actually really good. Like even reading these cards and questions, like I
appreciate it.
Follow.
You get judged by different kind of people, and then you have your own standards for yourself.
Sure,
like I would have never thought that about your nose. Like at all.
Yeah.
Never thought that.
Never
like,
saw the crooked nose.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just been a thing since I was younger. I remember someone telling me Harrison Ford has a crooked nose, and if you look at it, it's totally crooked.
Dave has a crooked
he's like
nose.
he's my hero. Like
I have a crooked. I broke my nose.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I got elbowed while playing basketball like 19 years ago. Yeah.
I have a very straight nose, so.
Yeah, how in the heck did that happen?
What?
All the years of playing
No,
basketball.
dude, I've broken everything. I got hit in the eyes.
really?
I've never broken my nose.
Is that right?
Eric's broken his nose.
Eric broke. Yeah.
Eric broke.
But his looks pretty straight
But
too.
his looks nice.
Dude, he had like these Gangnam doctors put it back together.
I know, I was there that
Like
night.
it was a holiday. Everything was closed. They opened the hospital for him. So
Wow.
That guy's cool. He did a good
Yeah,
job.
he has it. Yeah.
Well, yeah. What's our insecurities? Are
Dave,
very
what's
close.
yours?
You were talking about.
Was it the speech?
Just speech is talking, articulating, like being put on the spot to speak about whatever, like what's on my mind. Going up and doing like shisoways, like a movie premiere.
Oh yeah.
Dude, fucking, that's the worst for me because my energy level comes all the way up to my throat, and it just sticks there, and then it just feels like everything goes a million miles an hour. And it shouldn't be that way.
Have you ever done like theater or like
in acting class, but not like theater, not up there and like.
Is that similar feeling when you get up on stage in front of a live audience? As because Shizawa is like in front of a
I think
live
it's
audience.
different because one's a prepared like lines, and one is just
Reacting.
on the spot. You're just talking.
Plus, you're put in a situation, right? It's situational where this one is articulating what's on, how I feel about whatever, and that's why I really love about and appreciate about this podcast is I can work on those things that you know, we can all work on our stuff. So that's one of mine. Like I'm not the best at it, you know.
But I love that you're working on it. So it's fantastic, man.
Working on it, man.
No, it's good.
No, but I think that's it. Like I think no one's ever going to be perfect at, especially like the things that you know. But it's like you can be a little bit better than you were yesterday. Like
Absolutely.
Same with basketball. Basketball's a lifetime thing. Like Kevin Durant has got like one of the best jump shots, and he says it's a work in progress still.
Yeah.
You know, because he feels like he's still improving, and there's room for improvement.
Jesus, guy wants to be 100
Just
for
the
100.
best example is Steph Curry in practice made 105.
Yeah.
But in the games, he's only 40. Right now, he's shooting 45, right? But you're only 40 something percent.
Wow.
But the shots he's taking.
Yeah. No, but that's just so crazy
Yeah.
how you miss more than you make still, even though like in practice you're fucking hitting everything.
Yeah.
Just put it up. Let's go for it.
Let's get that good question that you said you had a
No,
good one.
I just thought this one looks like kind of pretty decent one. I think the blue ones are good. 내가 이해할 수 있는 선은 여자친구가 1박 2일 하겠다는 애인.
Okay.
So she's going to go somewhere on vacation. Is that what they're saying?
Get back il.
So
2 days.
2 days, one.
Or versus,
overnight.
versus 전 애인과 함께 술 마신다는 애인.
Okay.
Oh, you have one girl once in a while. You have a girl.
So the girl wants to go like on vacation with whatever without you for
with her same sex friends. With her friend, with her homies, right? Like a girls' night. If it's for us,
Yeah.
so they're having.
Like
she's
that.
going on an overnight trip with her female friends.
That's what it is. And then the other one is with their ex. They want to just have a drink.
Just
with
have
their
a drink
ex.
with their ex.
Oh,
Which one would I choose?
Oh, well, that's actually pretty tough. Because when girls are in a group,
Vegas.
they don't. But girls, you know, it's really hard to pull a girl. It's really hard to pull a girl out of a group of four. Like if you're trying to pull, hey, come on, come with me. You get cock black. They stay. It's very hard to pull
gotta
them
have
away.
So you
gotta
have your bump squad.
But yo, the wingman's got to be on point too.
You gotta have equal
Well,
numbers.
that's why you got to choose your wingman good.
Yeah,
Or you
gotta
got to
have-
pick the girl good that's got the good wing girls.
Yeah.
You gotta have an equal number because if there's one that becomes unhappy or if
beats
she
us up?
doesn't, then she's gonna cock block all three and like, come on, let's go, and then just pull all of them out
Right. Yeah, you all can relate to this out there, right?
for sure. That's the main camera.
Oh, yeah. Hey, what's up?
That's the tough one because there's always like one that nobody wants in the group of girls.
I would rather.
That's the
You know what I mean?
governing dynamics, right? The John Nash from Beautiful Mind. You know, that always go for the one that's
Oh.
least desirable.
Yeah.
And then everyone will.
But then
Watch
you
it.
might the problem with that is though is you do that and then that least desirable gets attached to you and you might end up ending up
Having to.
that way.
But that was part of the seduction community, the pickup artists, right? If there's two girls, they tell you to kind of give more attention to the one that you don't want.
And then how do you switch back over
Yeah,
to the one you
exactly.
want? That's the very tricky part, right?
Here you go. Let's be real here.
It's all in those books.
That's where the skill comes. So you may go there just to like get into the group.
It's
But
terrible.
how do you switch
How do
over
you switch back over?
mid while you're drinking? How much
Tell her, hey, why don't you go get us a drink?
and like so I really my whole
So yeah. What would you prefer?
It never happens, bro. You don't ever like go. What?
I'm sorry.
Oh, I don't know. I'm just talking,
Sorry.
talking mess.
You're saying it never happens where you go for the least desirable and end up with the most desirable?
It's like the patience for that. I mean, do you have the patience for that? I mean, and that's like you said. What if it does really?
And the least desirable, she's not going to let that transition happen. She's going to get pissed and be like, you know what, Amy, let's go. Like there's going to be a moment like
He's a jerk.
He's a jerk.
Here's a joke. Let's go. Yeah. Or you go with your buddy, and then no one's playing that game. No one's going for the least. Right.
But that's when you give.
That's when you give?
That's when you give
Oh,
her
that's
some
your-
attention, give her some love. But then that's a big risk because you might be stuck with her all night.
Yeah.
And then you see your buddy going into the sunset.
Or your buddies
Sunrise.
are having fun, so then it's like, okay, you just have to kind of take the bullet for them, bite the bullet for them.
Kunde.
Okay,
No.
yeah.
Okay, first of all, we got.
What'd you choose?
First of all, we got to get.
I don't mind girls' night out.
Oh yeah, what did you say?
I don't mind girls' night out.
I don't mind
at
girls'
all.
night out.
Goes down, it's fine.
Girls' night out's fine.
I don't mind either, to be honest.
Oh, wow.
At least in my relationship with my wife, it's always been that way.
Has she ever gone with an ex to get a drink?
I don't know, but if she did, I think I'd be okay with it. Yeah.
I think it's like a difference between coffee and grabbing a drink because drinks are usually in the evening,
Especially in Korea.
and it's like, and drinks are different because then you say you like you just loosen up and just anything the filters go away. Coffee, like if an ex for coffee in the middle of the day, how you doing? How's life?
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
Actually, though, what are the chances that you actually get back with the next? I know for me, and for other friends, like you don't ever really get back, and a girl never really takes you back. A girl, so I don't think that question is really because either one is.
You're not
okay.
threatened at all.
Really?
You're not,
Threatened by an ex-boyfriend. Go out with the ex-boyfriend because if they broke up earlier, it's sure shit that girl is not gonna go back with that guy unless fucking like he's like the whole world is like right.
It all depends, right? Yeah, but also if they're still friends, that's one thing. If it's something, I would still ask, why is this important to you? Like,
Oh,
do
that's
you,
the
do you
question
have
you'd
like do you have something to bury or like
Yeah, just being
closure?
honest.
Do you need
communicator.
closure?
Well, you're a good communicator.
I guess so.
Why is it important? She says, "Well, he just won the lottery, 10 million. So
Does he
just
owe
gonna
you
see what's
money?
He
happening."
just had this huge dong that
Just
I
has a
can't
huge
forget.
dong. I just want to see how it's still
How it's doing.
How
Touch
it's
it.
doing.
Is it still
man.
10 inches?
Is it still to the side, all the way down by his knee?
Okay, so we all said, well, Bobby, you said
Either.
Either
you said either.
Yeah.
Okay. So do we want to do the condes?
Sure.
Okay, so if we're all saying, most of us are saying girls' night out's cool. Kunde, they're staying at a 5-star hotel in the suite. So
That's
that
fine.
means you're probably paying some of that, or
Well, if there's multiple rooms in the suite, that's when the party can come back and get kind of tricky.
what's that?
If there's multiple rooms in the suite,
Uh-huh.
that's when the party can come back to the crib and get a little tricky.
Yeah. Like they're out and then they're like, hey, we got a place.
Yeah,
Let's come
and then-
back.
and then
yeah.
there's an open room. All you need is Dougie Fresh. You're on 15 minutes.
But I'd still.
If you're listening to this podcast, by the way, what would you do? We want to know what you want to do.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And then the other one's like, well, we had been planning a trip to that 5-star suite hotel and we haven't gone yet. And yet they're going on a girls' night out there.
I don't know.
Oh,
I still don't mind.
Doesn't matter.
It's like, good. I don't have to
Okay.
take you there.
Okay, guys.
Yeah.
Then you said, well, I want to go too. Let's go together. And she was like, fuck no.
Yeah.
That's another good
Yeah.
day.
That's good. We
That's
don't
good.
have to, I don't have to
Okay.
spend money.
That's okay. I think this
I
is,
think I like, honestly, I've always liked girls' night. I'd be like, go out with your friends, go out with your friends.
Same here.
Because then I can go out with my friends. Like, I feel bad if I'm always going out with my friends and, wifey, girlfriend, whatever is not doing anything. I'm like, I feel bad.
But usually, many times it's like that. But what if flip it around? They're the ones that go out way more than you. Right? Because we always think about it. Like for me, it's always the other way. Right?
Yeah.
But when it's you have, let's say you're with a significant other that's always going out.
Always in the streets.
Always.
Always in the streets.
fucking
Just,
hoeing around, wearing her heels,
yeah.
short
So
skirts.
that's the thing. What if it's like that and she wants another girls' night out with that nice place and she doesn't want to go there with you?
all the Instagram photos.
I think it's like, it's got to be like, you got to find like that right mix. Like, if always in the streets is not good. Like, it's a Monday. What are you doing with your heels? It's a Monday. The
Best
kids-
night to go out.
You know what I mean? It's like, but like once a month or twice a month.
I've had some good Mondays in Nitoan though.
God, Monday messe.
Monday mess.
You know what though? This is like not to put local Koreans to under the bus, but this is a very jealous oriented questioning because like I feel like
Dude,
they would be like, "Where are you going? What
That's
you,
a good point.
You know what I'm
That's a
saying?
good point.
Like, with your girlfriends? Why? Whereas Americans, Kyopos, were like, all right, go.
But let me ask you this about the jealousy thing, because I think Koreans, we all are human. We all have a lot of similar emotions. Are Americans really as cool as we think we are? I mean, we get jealous too, but I think our culture is like, don't act jealous. Don't be a bitch. And you're like, oh yeah, go hang out with all those dudes.
But I think
it's cool. I'm good.
I think the American culture equivalent of that question is, would you let her go on a 3-day trip to Cabo during spring break?
Oh, okay, there you go.
With three
during
dudes.
spring break.
With three
No,
huge
even if
dudes.
it's not with dudes, but it's like, there's gonna be a bunch of dudes. Like, would you let her?
when
Would
you
you
put
let
it
her?
that way.
Yeah. What if she was going to Cabo? That's
you
spring
know
break.
what I'm saying? Like,
Right?
'cause
That's
Korean
the
guys-
kind of similar thing.
Koreans do get jealous.
Yeah.
And they'll just say it. They have no qualms being like, I don't approve of that. How come you have so
man.
many
They try to control
How come you
that.
have so many freaking oppas? I don't want you hanging out with your oppas.
I went on a group group trip with my wife's friends and their boyfriends. We went to Jeju-do one year. I think it was like the 3rd year we were dating, and we all went to Jeju-do. The boyfriends were there. I remember we went to a restaurant. Somehow I got stuck in the car with the guys because I was trying to get it out of the car and wait online for this hookdeji place. And it was really hot outside, and the guys were like, "Hey, where are you going?" It's like, "I'm gonna go wait online with the for the restaurant." They're like, "No, make the girls wait." I was like, "Oh, what?"
Awesome. I love that.
And my girlfriend, my girlfriend at the time, she was like, "Oh no, yeah, just stay with the guys." Like, well, they want to do their own thing anyway, right? So I stayed in the car. As soon as the door closed, one of the guys was like, "Hey, I gotta talk to you about something. Like, stop letting your girlfriend hang out on weeknights or weekends with the girls."
Because influencing
Because
them
that's
or-
the-
Without
my
you.
friends.
He's like, I don't want my girlfriend going out without me or something like he was like giving me like a
He's the puppet
really
master.
hard time.
But here's the thing that I don't like
like
about
that
this. I hate double standards. I fucking hate double standards because that same motherfucker is out every night. He doesn't mind if he's out, probably.
Yeah.
Is that true, though, that guy?
yeah.
I guarantee you that's
Yeah.
the case. No, but
So-
I don't even need to ask because I know how that's the way it is. That's the part I don't like.
But John, I'll take a good double standard if it works in my favor.
But no, I get that. But
No.
but
I feel what you're
like,
saying.
I hate those double. So I
Yeah.
try not to have those double standards, right? Because it's like, dude, if you're,
Right.
it's-
But I don't think that he would necessarily think it. Like, I don't think a Korean sees that as a double standard because there's double standards built in that you take for granted.
But we
Korean
yes,
culture, you
but
know
we
what I
have
mean?
to. I
Yeah.
feel like we have to always look at our beliefs or our thoughts that
Oh, yeah.
we just
Think critically, yeah.
think critically and just challenge them.
Yeah, I mean, this guy was just like, "Hey, I've been hearing from my girlfriend that you let your girlfriend just do whatever she wants," and I was like, "What's wrong with that? Like, she can do whatever."
I
she
love
wants.
that though about Korean guys. Yo, bro, put your
Yeah.
bitch on a leash.
Kinda.
It's like
That's what it was.
yeah.
So they got in a couple fights about it, probably.
Yeah,
probably
they ended up breaking up. That couple broke up, and then she got married like later that year, I think, to somebody else.
Because they say the
But
guys.
she met out with your.
Because they say the guys that are the most, or the people that are the most like crazy and whatever, about the other person, like, what are they
Jealous.
jealous and whatever it is, it's because they also,
Yeah.
because what are they doing, right? You have to check what they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, like the
Calling it Tea Keller Black.
trust is right.
But are we all cool with our wife or girlfriend or whatever going out for a drink? Like you said you're cool.
Drink with the X.
I would want like some more information about that because like definitely like communication I think is key. And I'm not saying like a firm no, but I'm just like it just seems a little like why?
Yeah.
Like,
Communication.
Yeah, it's like
why?
It seems a little.
Okay, so let's break that down. What if it's, oh yeah, we just to catch up. I haven't seen him. He just wanted to see me after a long time.
My first thing would be like, why don't you guys get coffee?
No. Okay.
Yeah, like why does it have to be let's go for drinks? Like
Yeah,
seems a
drinks
little.
are out of
that is
seems a
actually
little.
kind
Yeah.
Because the older we get, like our time is valuable for me. I don't want to, unless there's something that you're getting out
A
of
drink seems way more intimate, more like a date, right? Of
course.
Whereas coffee, like it's middle of the day, lunchtime, you got to get back, whatever. Coffee, I think sounds pretty innocent. What's the worst that's going to happen? You know,
Unless it's coffee mixed Dutch coffee or what is it? Mixed with
Irish coffee.
Irish coffee.
But why? But why?
But why? All right, let's
got 10
one more
minutes.
question. Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, let's do
You want
this.
you
Or,
like the Korean ones?
yeah, no. Let's
Let's do the English because it's faster.
Okay.
Okay, let's go. Pick a topic.
Oh, the yellow, random.
Random. Whoa, you like some
Random.
random. I like random.
Random? Do you? You do.
Fuck this one.
No, not anymore. You're a changed man.
Yeah.
You are a changed man.
Never changed. I wrote that in everyone's yearbook.
Is that right?
Don't ever change. Have a great summer.
That's the worst advice.
They're like, what? Be a high school maturity for life? Like,
Okay. If you have to relive the same day for the rest of your life, which day would you choose?
Oh man, I shot a 6-point play, and I scored 8 points in a minute. Our team was down 8 points, and basketball.
what is a 6-point play?
Yeah. What is it?
6-point play is I came in off the pick. I got the ball. I shot literally 4 feet behind the 3-point line. I got fouled. I threw it up like this and went straight up in the air. It fucking went in. I fell on the ground. Got called. Went to the
missed the rebound. Missed the free throw.
Missed the free throw. My buddy Chris
Got the
shot the ball back at me. I picked it like this. I dribbled back like this. And I fucking put it up. And fucking went in.
Dude, that's
in
badass.
there. That was the best play. And then before that, I had hit another jumper, and then I had given him an assist, and we won the ball. The guy that tipped me the ball shot the free throws, and we won the game. All this was being recorded by my ex and his girlfriend, the Chris's at the time. Mm-hmm. They turned the video camera off when we were down by 9 or 8 or whatever with a minute and a half.
You got to relive it to tell them to not turn
it was
them
the
off.
best. It was the best, though.
Yeah.
It was the best.
It's kind of good in this way because you can now make it into like a big. Like,
There's no evidence.
There's no evidence, so it could be a 12-point play or something like.
Yeah.
Most ridiculous.
But I'm not. Well, even this sounds ridiculous, but it was literally like 6 points.
That's awesome, man.
Ooh,
That's
dude,
like Reggie
awesome.
Miller. Reggie Miller on the
That's
Knicks.
so good. Well, it was actually 8 points in a minute, which is that's pretty crazy.
That's very crazy.
Yeah, we were in Las Vegas. It was a traveling basketball tournament.
With Eddie Mui? One of
Eddie
those?
Mui.
Eddie
Mui was there.
What's up, Eddie Mui?
What's up, Eddie? He's not watching this.
Yeah.
That was insane. The 3-pointer was crazy because I don't know how when you're falling down and you throw it up, like you shouldn't have that much power. Like
But you still had enough.
It still went in. Anyway.
There's those days though when you're feeling it and
Yeah.
it's just everything drops
Yeah.
for sure.
What about you guys? If you can relive one day for the rest of your life, which one would it be?
The rest of your life. That was what I said. Okay, great.
Well, like sports, there would be like individual, like awesome days. There's been a lot, man. Like great, like party days, great basketball days. But I would say probably a really good day for me was we won the championship last year for 3-on-3. Won the championship. We're out partying, and middle of the party, I'm drinking. I'm like, yeah, we won. My daughter was born. So then I run to the hospital and get to meet my daughter for the first time.
Wow.
So
That's awesome.
that was pretty like two big things happening at
Oh
once.
my
It's pretty
God,
cool.
that's really cool.
Yeah, got to meet little
Nice.
Josie.
Man, it'd probably be, man, this sounds so cheesy, but the day I met my wife, probably.
Tell us a little bit about that. Yeah, what were the circumstances? How did you?
Was it the same as the movie?
No, it wasn't like that. It was at a 90s K-pop club, Panggwa Maksa.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. But I mean, it was just a good day altogether. Just I remember I went to dinner with some hyungs. We went and got samgyeopsal. I remember the place in Karasugur. And yeah, it was my first time going to a place like that. Like it's a club, but you can go people in like business suits.
Over in Gangnam-yeok, right?
Yeah.
When that
just a cool
when
place,
that place
yeah.
was first popping, that was the place to be.
Hamza.
Pamsa, yeah.
And so everyone there is everyone's just in their 30s probably and older. It's just a really cool place, and just meet. It was one of the situations where I was the guy. There was the 4 girls, and they were all 3 of them were cock blockers, and then it was me. Like it just worked out, you know. And given the little that I spoke in Korean, I couldn't believe that we were I got to keep talking to her.
Were
It
you
just
the
didn't make
envoy
sense.
that they sent over?
No, actually, it was somebody else, a Hyung who was married. He went over.
Oh, it's good to have a guy like that.
Yeah. So the
Has no
married
shame,
guy was
doesn't
the
care.
wingman.
Nice.
And it just, everything fell
They're the
into
best.
place.
Now I
Everything
know
fell
you've
into place.
asked your wife about this like later on.
Yeah.
Right? What was her first impression when she saw you?
Well, he went over to her and like, was like, hey, what do you think of that guy over there?
About you?
Yeah, because he went over there.
See, you didn't go for like the girl that wasn't. You went for what you wanted.
Yeah.
So he knew that you had your eye on her, so he went over? Or-
This was crazy because it was literally, there was one spotlight at the time and it was on her. And I was just pointing out, hey, look at that. There's a light on just one girl, right? And it happened to be her. It's just like, isn't that weird? Like, and she happens to be cute. And he was like, hey, go over and talk to her. I was like, no, that's not my style. I don't like,
hey.
I always sit in the corner and just like
Yeah.
fantasize. But like,
That's me too. No, I'd rather live with regret for the rest of my life.
I have so much admiration
Uh-huh.
for people who are just able to because I could never do it. Never fucking do that. Just walk up to someone and talk to them. I
No,
can't. That's
really?
one thing that I just can't do.
You can't do it.
It's
Even after a
difficult,
few
yeah.
If someone
drinks.
if we go
Yeah.
and I go with a partner and the partner does most of the initial talking, then I'm fine. I'm
Okay.
fine.
I'm great in that situation.
Yeah, I'm great in that. But being that first person, hey, how are you guys doing? Blah, 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 like
I've been seriously brutally rejected so many. Like, I don't mind doing it. I've been brutally rejected so many times, especially in Korea, where this is the home of brutal rejections.
Yeah.
So in America, you don't get brutal. You get let down easy. In America, they're like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm with my friends, and they're like, oh, okay, cool, no problem. Like, hey, no worries. But in Korea, it's just like in a club where it's loud, they'll just do. And it's a whole thing that
It's stink eye too.
and everybody knows you got rejected. And they're like, look at that big tall wiggle.
see. So if she does this,
Fucking
you just
friend.
gotta dance with her like that.
That's what she did actually. When
She did that.
she looked over and she was like, "No, thank you." And then
Isn't that brutal?
But I went over just to apologize because I didn't,
Oh, that's
shit.
smooth,
This is
man. That's smooth.
In my broken Korean, I was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. My Hyung is a little drunk, and we didn't mean to ruin your night." And then from her perspective, she told me, "Oh, this guy, his Korean's really bad, and he's like really being. He just seemed harmless."
Yeah.
That's what she said. So she was like, "Oh, he seems harmless," and she let me, we
Little did she know.
talk, and I don't know.
So she said, "Don't want you to sit down," or how did that turn out?
I sat down with them at the table, and her girlfriends. It was like every few minutes that they would get a look. I could see them looking at like, get rid of him. But she was just like, no, like it worked out. Everything worked out.
And Benji's born, and Benji is 16 months old now. But
We actually we were dancing right to old school stuff, and you know how every like 10th song or 8th song
It's a slow
is like a
song.
slow song. We actually stayed on. We stayed on the dance floor and there may be one or two couples.
Yo.
You guys have a
and
focal
so-
point at that point.
Well,
huh?
how
song.
much have you had to drink and how much he had to drink? It's hard to stay when everyone's watching you on the
Yes.
slope.
But-
I mean,
Very
that
hard.
place you can only drink soju and
Mixed,
beer.
yeah.
That's all. They don't have any.
Were you
like,
were you
harvest.
were you feeling it like at that moment?
It was. I was feeling good. We had some soju at the.
Was it the perfect mix of sur and
Yeah.
feelings?
Yeah. It was. Everything was
Those are
perfect.
great moments.
Like, and then at one point I went back. I said I could just go check on my Hyungs, right? And then I went to look for them. They had all left. They're all married and have kids. And I texted them, "Oh, where'd you go?" And they all went home. They said, "You got seemed like you were doing well," so they all left. And
Those are
so
good
I went
Hyungs.
back to the table and I said, "Oh, they all left. So I think maybe I should leave." But she's like, "No, stay with us."
Yo,
And so I-
those are good young.
Yeah.
Dude,
Those are
yeah.
눈치가 있어.
maybe they went somewhere else.
Yeah, probably most likely.
They went to that other
RS.
place
But
around Sandung or
I had
whatever.
never done so well, before. So I knew I had to be the first to go and just say, I should get going, let you guys have. So she actually walked me up half the stairs to walk me out. Because I didn't want to
You
be
wanted
there
to
the
stay
whole
longer,
night,
but you wanted to
go
be, like,
smart,
Ichan stuff. So I was
smart.
like, should play it cool.
Yeah.
We got each other's
You left her
numbers,
wanting
so-
more.
Less is more.
So and so I was gonna like do the whole thing like a call her maybe in 3 days as swingers, you know.
Swingers.
So,
Put it on the calendar.
Yeah, 3 days after,
Yeah.
3 days or
and then the next morning, around like 11 a.m., I got a text from her saying, "Hey, she works on the weekends too, on Saturdays. So she's like, "Hey, my work got canceled. Do you want to go watch a movie?" And I was like, so she hit me up, and then I was like, I remember thinking, hey, 방과 음악사 is pretty dark, and really, you can't
you want to see
really
exactly
tell
how she looks.
So I was a little nervous that maybe I was like had too much to drink, maybe it was too dark in there. I remember
Guys can relate. Guys can, girls can relate. Everyone can relate.
Yeah.
we met at Apgujeong CGV, and I remember just like, please let her be just as beautiful as the night before. Turned the corner, I was like, yes, I think this is the one. And
Yes. That's a nice, nice touch.
and then
there.
so our first date was we watched the movie there, and then we went to go get chokbar. She suggested, hey, do you like chokbar, right? And that's not like a first, it's like pig's feet for your first date. And that's when I really knew. I was like, this girl is awesome.
And she didn't mind
she didn't want steak or like something that I couldn't afford. And
she didn't mind your panjia too. You were saying that before.
oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
That was
she's
later,
just
though.
like,
yeah, that was later. Or maybe it would have been. It
Yeah.
might have been the.
Oh yeah.
Well, we don't want to
yeah,
get into that.
But yeah, dude.
So, and then 9 years later,
Oh.
we come back to watch our movie there, the movie about our
At the same theater.
yes,
That's the one that night when we went.
It's
Dude.
that day when we
special,
went.
This is such a great
Yeah.
story.
This is so awesome. Yeah.
So yeah, I think I'd relive that first
That is-
day again. Everything was perfect. You know, all the stars were aligned. The guy that doesn't have any game was getting through every obstacle. Like, everyone had a hand in it, of course. Like even, So I was just like, definitely would live that day. It was
Meant to be.
pretty
It's
cool.
like when Mikey on Swingers finally met the girl,
Heather Graham.
Heather Graham's character. Yeah. Dude, that's a fantastic story.
John, what's yours?
You know, I've been thinking. I don't know. I've had many good days.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've
Hard
had.
to choose, huh?
Yeah, it's tough. I don't. This is one that I'm really just stumped. I'm stumped on.
Not even in hoops.
Hoops. Maybe the first time when we won our first basketball tournament in Korea, we had like this run. We had a 6'9" kid who joined our team, and that kind of gave us a big man that we needed.
Okay.
And then this first tournament, it was in Kimpo. We won, and I actually hit the game winner on that.
You did?
Yeah. And so we just partied after our first tournament that we won. We got our prize money. We ate with that. We drank, and yeah, I mean,
Those
as
are
far
always
as
the big
hoops,
things.
Those
Always
are nice. Yeah.
playing when you get that money. It's not much, but it's enough for a hishik.
Yeah.
So you get like all the kogi and the sur, and it's just a really those little amateur tournaments. Now that I'm playing in them, they're awesome.
They're fun, man.
They're fun.
They're fun, and the camaraderie that you build.
Yeah.
That's what's fun. So maybe that if it comes to basketball, perhaps that. Yeah. I think that's a good place to stop for this week.
Yeah.
Man. I love Bobby's story, man. For sure, I'm gonna take that clip and put that on. But that's it for this week with Dave, Dan, the sexy
And talented.
and romantic Bobby Choy and John. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Inspired to be.